Hi everyone, for today's skill module we are going to talk about using Flubaroo to grade quizzes or tests that you've created using Google Forms. Um, it used to be that you had to have your Flubaroo script installed and set up on the spreadsheet before your students took the quiz. However, that's not the case anymore. In fact, they've reversed it, and that's been a nice change because it allows you to go in and actually do those changes and go through and make an answer key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do a use Flubaroo to grade quizzes that you've created. So I have my quiz right here. This one happens to be on breakfast cereals. Um, and what I've already done is I've created all my questions, and they happen to be either multiple choice or short answer questions. These work the best for Flubaroo. If you have the longer entry ones, it's a little more difficult and in terms of the recognition, and I would recommend that that you go with multiple choice or short answer. They seem to work the best. So I have my quiz, and what I'm going to go through and do ahead of my students is I'm going to go through and take the quiz. So I'm going to go through view live form, and what I would do is I would go through the quiz and take the whole quiz. So you can see my quiz come up right here. Now I've already taken this, so I'm going to go ahead and quit out of this window. But you would take it by going to view live form. And when you take it, you want to go through and answer all the questions correctly like it's an answer key. And then you would go ahead and have your students take the quiz. And you've gone through and so either by having it set for logging in, responses require login, or having it knowing that you're the first response on there, you can go through and have an answer key that your students can compare to, or that you can compare to using the Flubaroo script. So once you've gone through and taken it and done your answer key, and once your students have gone through and actually taken the quiz, now it's time to use Flubaroo. So what you're going to do is you go up to View Responses, and when you hit View Responses, it's going to open a new tab, and it's going to bring you to the spreadsheet of all the responses. Now I've only gone through and taken this quiz once, and that's my answer key, and that's why this is shown up here. What I'm then going to do, and in order to run Flubaroo, you have to have at least two people have to have taken the quiz. But now what I'm going to go through, and we're going to assume that I have student responses. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to run the Flubaroo script. So the Flubaroo script is found up in add-ons up here in the toolbar, the toolbar up here, and in the menu up here, excuse me. And under add-ons, I'm going to single click on it and go to Flubaroo, and then I'm going to go to grade assignment. And then it's going to work a little bit. It's going to give me a pop-up window. And in that pop-up window, it's going to ask me to weight my questions. So I have some different options for the amount of points. I can give it 1 through 5 points, or I could also say that item identifies a student. So if the question was, say, what's your name, that kind of thing, it wouldn't count against the student. And also I can skip grading of a particular question. And that's nice if you want to include a question where you maybe just want to use it more as a formative assessment to see where your students are at, and just kind of, or give them maybe a harder question, throw a kind of a harder question at them as kind of a challenge to see if they can get it or not through the course of that quiz. I'm going to leave all mine at one point because this quiz doesn't really mean a whole lot. Anyway, so once I've selected my points, I'm going to go down and I'm going to hit continue. Then it's going to go through my next step. It's going to give me some options as to which quiz response is my answer key. This happens to be the one that I did. It's down at the bottom right here. And that's the one I'm going to select. Once I've selected that, then I'm going to hit continue. And now what it's doing is grading the assignment. So it'll give me a little note here as to how the students did. It also puts them in orange if they were low scoring and that kind of a thing. So I can either click off or I can go view grades. So when I do that, it's going to show up for the students who maybe didn't do as well. It's going to highlight those responses. I can also go back, because this is a new page within this spreadsheet, I can also go back down to the bottom here and see grades, and then there's a tab called student submissions, and that would be that raw data that Flubaroo used to determine those grades. So you can actually go through and see the actual individual responses and kind of double check just in case Flubaroo missed something. So it's pretty straightforward in terms of using Flubaroo because it walks you right through each step, and you would have more data to look at here on a quiz that you gave to your whole class rather than the one I did, because I didn't have enough devices to keep taking it, and it would keep looking like it was just me taking the quiz over and over again. So, so anyway. But that's essentially how to run the Flubaroo script, and it's really nice because you can sort those responses by how they did, and it'll kind of red flag some of the students that didn't do so well, so you can see that right away. So it's a really nice script, a little add-on there for Google Forms, and it makes grading multiple choice or short answer really simple, and it saves you a lot of time. Again, you'll have to go through and create that answer key first, and then select that. But aside from that, it is very helpful and can save you quite a bit of time. So, all right, thanks, and that's all for our skill module for today.